Heyo, it is the O Wrestling Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I am your host, CW. Make sure to hit that bell on YouTube and subscribe to the podcast on any and all podcasting platforms. And if you wouldn't mind, tell a friend or two about the show. And let's get these numbers up. Today, we're going to go over the WrestleMania 39 match card and say who we think should win and who probably will win. So, WWE hasn't put out an official match card just yet, but we have a pretty good understanding of what the matches are currently. So I'll just go through the matches that are listed right now as of this recording and who is going to win or who should win and who is probably going to win. So first up on the card is obviously Daddy versus Son, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Now, this has been one of the better storylines in WWE in the past 8 months or so. And Dominic is really coming to his own as a single entity versus just, Rey Mysterio's son. And I think they did a really good job of kind of splitting him off from his dad, giving him a completely different faction to work with. And, his mic skills are getting better. His in-ring work is getting better. He still looks like a little kid when he's jumping around in there, but he's a big guy. And he should put on a good show with his dad. I'm sure they're going to, tear the house down as a father-son duo. Rey might take it easy on his son, pull punches a little more. Or, they are a wrestling dynasty. That is a wrestling family. He might just be like, no, I'm going full ham on your face. So, given who should win, Rey should win. But probably who will win is Dominic. For the simple fact that Rey doesn't need the win. Putting Dominic over and having him kind of move on from this sort of, family feud works. Rey should win because he's been taking L's from his son for months now. But I think the right thing for business would be Dominic going over and, really coming into his I'm a con, I just came out of prison, whatever. He hasn't really said a whole lot about that recently. It's been more the lead up to the Mania match. So hopefully he gets back to that. He's like, when I was in the joint and, my hard times helped me beat my dad kind of thing and just get him to the next level. I think that's what the right thing would be. Next on the card is the men's WrestleMania Showcase match between Street Profits, Ricochet and Braun Strowman, the Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. Now, this is one of those weird matches that was put together for no apparent reason other than to throw a bunch of, bodies at the supercard to kind of fill out each day. I don't know. There's no stakes to this match. They're all great tag teams in this match. It's weird to see Street Profits and Viking Raiders, who are, I would say Street Profits are gimmicky, but the Viking Raiders are 80s gimmicky. And Ricochet and Braun Strowman just kind of got tossed together because Braun ran his mouth on social media. And Alpha Academy is just amazing. They're always great. But watching a bunch of Vikings in the ring with just a bunch of regular dudes will be funny. Who will win? I think Street Profits are going over. But who should win? Alpha Academy needs a win these days, and I think they should win this match with Chad Gable's superior wrestling skills and Otis's General Otis nature. I think that's a better team to win. I think Vikings get pinned by Braun and Ricochet. Braun and Ricochet get taken out by Street Profits, and then Alpha Academy takes out Street Profits. So who's probably going to win? Street Profits, because the company's high on them, but Alpha should win. Moving on to the next women's WrestleMania Showcase match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Another match with no stakes. Hopefully, I assume, and I've said this before, that this match is leading to a women's tag match down the road. The only people who are going to win are Ronda and Shayna. That's who should win and who will win. The other teams are all makeshift teams that have no reason to be together, especially Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They've had like team ups and then they fought each other for no reason, getting heat on one. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered with that team. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville were literally thrown together last minute on Raw, and Natalya and Shotzi were a team, but I don't know. They don't really have a whole lot of synergy as a team, especially Natalya, who's like a vet now. She's a solo wrestler. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So Ronda and Shayna are going over, and they're the only ones who should go over because they're the only ones who have been a team. Next, Intercontinental Championship triple threat. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther. This is going to be a potential show stealer with these three. They all work really, really, really well together. Gunther is a made man, like we said at WrestleMania, and this is just going to prove a lot of that. Who will probably win is Gunther. I don't think he's losing that title anytime soon. I think they want him to beat certain Intercontinental Championship records that have been in place for literal decades. And who better to do it than him? He's been a fantastic Intercontinental Champion. And he should win. He probably will win, and he should win. Because the Drew McIntyre, Sheamus angle needs to come to an end. They've been doing this kind of back and forth for a while now, and neither men were able to beat Gunther, and it doesn't make sense for them to beat him now. So hopefully Gunther goes over, and he should go over, and he should. Next, Hell in a Cell versus Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor. This is going to be another one that might steal the show. Demon Finn Balor's coming back. They showed a graphic of him in the demon makeup. It's back to that goofy dreadlock thing. Not a fan, but whatever gets him to where he needs to be. Hopefully Edge goes over because he has machinations for the title, and whoever wins the Roman Cody match will probably have to face Edge sometime this year, because I think this is Edge's last year in the company. I think he's going to officially retire in good health this year, and I think he wants another run at the title. So Edge should win and probably will win. So he should go over, and he probably will go over because Finn has a lot more years on his contract. He's got a lot more gas in the tank, and he can afford to take an L. People still love Finn. He's the prince. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Squash match. Brock should go over, probably will go over. Omos has no business being in there at all. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. Now, Damage Control needs a win. They should go over. Damage Control should go over, because if they don't, that faction needs to end. And maybe that's what has to happen at WrestleMania. They'll end, but they need a win. So Damage Control should go over, but Lita, Trish, and Becky probably will go over. There are rumors that Trish Stratus is going to make a turn on the tag team champs, so who knows? She might get the win for Bayley and Damage Control. Raw Women's Championship, Bianca versus Asuka. This match should have been built up way more, but right now it's just kind of lacking. I'm thinking Bianca goes over because, why would Asuka win? But Asuka should go over just to shake up the division a little bit. It's WrestleMania. Let's get something new going. So Bianca probably will win, but Asuka probably should win. Undisputed tag team champions, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, these are the hotly contested ones. Usos should go over, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn probably will go over. And SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley all the way. She should go over, probably will go over, needs that belt. Take her to SmackDown and let her rule. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Seth should go over and probably will go over. He put over Logan Paul quite a bit already. United States Championship, John Cena versus Austin Theory. Cena needs to go out on his back. Austin Theory needs the win. And finally, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns should go over because Cody Rhodes has no business in there. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget,
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah.